服务情报决议或被窃电。Welcome to Satellite 10. The next station is 金站。
Thank you very much. Yeah,
Congratulations.
really exciting.
Very exciting. President Xi Jinping's just mentioned you in China and going to China in the 60s. And
That's right, yeah. And for 50 years. It's been 50 years since we first went, yeah.
So I was wondering, what's your first memories of going to China? And why did you go to China?
We went because it was purely coincidental. I bumped into a friend in the Market Square in Cambridge when we were living there.
Yeah.
And he said he was going to China. And I said, well, if the Chinese office in London asks you if you know of anybody else who wants to go to China, could you give them my name? And they did ask him, and he did give them my name.
Wow, what did you think of that?
We had an interest in China because we've been studying China.
Yeah, of course.
ANU. What was then?
You weren't scared?
I wasn't scared. We weren't scared, no. I mean, our parents, I think your parents especially, were a little bit nervous because you were having a baby. You were about to have a baby.
Oh, you were pregnant when you left?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How many months or weeks pregnant?
Well, it was August 64 and Stephen was born in February 65,
So you went pregnant. I thought you got pregnant there.
That's why we went by plane, because we wanted to go on the Trans-Siberian Railway, because Dad had gone to when he went to England, he because we were studying Chinese, he had very much wanted to go on the Trans-Siberian Railway.
Yeah.
But that meant going through China, and he wasn't allowed.
Oh.
Well, so then we were
this
in
was
England,
before, because in 62.
Yes. When he
It's during the famine.
Then I came a year later and joined him in Cambridge, and that's when that was coming to an end. He was finishing in Cambridge, and then he ran into this friend and heard that the Chinese government was employing foreign teachers. So we thought it was a wonderful opportunity.
So you're
go and see
excited,
this country.
even though you were pregnant
Yes,
and brought up under white Australia.
Well,
I mean, you had the fear of communism.
My recollection is that we were too young and naive to be affronted, and that we assumed things would turn out well. And as it turned out, they did turn out well.
Well, we had, because I remember at the time, often you saw, especially late at night, black and white movies about red China and blue ants, and they're quite...
Yeah.
But I suppose we just didn't really believe them.
We didn't really believe them, because we read a book, I remember reading a book that had a very different picture.
And also when Dad went for the interview, on behalf of both of us, he said, well, he was a bit worried because we his wife was having a baby, and they said, well, we have hospitals. and that reassured me, because I was a country girl and I births and...
But it was your first. I mean, like, if it was your second or third, I understand that, but first.
I know, well, that's right.
Well,
I think your parents were a bit nervous.
Well, they didn't seem to say to me. They
Did you miss
weren't
home
very
at all?
happy. I mean, they thought I should marry a nice man and settle down, but not go off to China.
Well, the one who was looking after you was Zhang Hanzhi. She was working at the Beijing Foreign Study, or the Beijing Foreign Languages Institute as it was then, where we were working. And then I remember very clearly, on a very cold winter's day in February 1965, she came to... we went to her place and tapped on her window early in the morning, because the baby was coming.
Ah.
And she took us to the hospital.
Oh, she was...
What was that like?
When we went to China, we were given... Somebody was sort of allotted to look after us.
Yeah.
And because I was having a baby... I suppose they chose Zhang Hanzhi, and she used to take me for visits to the hospital, checkups. And so when we thought baby was coming, that's who we went to, and she took us.
Yeah, she took us to the hospital.
And what was the hospital like and everything?
It was
there?
the Sino-Soviet Friendship Hospital.
Yeah.
It was all Russian.
Oh, really?
There were two hospitals. One was one was the people were all trained by the British.
Yeah.
Do you remember the name of that hospital? In Morrison Street.
Yeah, I can't remember. The Union Hospital.
The Union Hospital.
It's still there.
Yeah, they were all trained by the British. But I went to the Sino-Soviet Friendship Hospital, where they were all trained by Russian tech. This was in the days before the China-Russian split.
Well, actually, it was after, but it was still called. It was still called. There was still.
And most of the other foreign women who were in there were from East Europe.
Oh.
Or Russia.
One thing I remember about that is that I was asked to leave when the baby actually came.
Oh, really?
Well, I might have left you going, but you went off to have a meal.
No, that was asked to leave. I remember being asked to leave. And I remember that for all the other 4, I was not asked to leave, and I stayed to the end.
Oh, yeah. Were you worried about, like, spies or anything like that? I mean, if you're going to the Russian hospitals, and is that a concern?
A lot of the people going from England who went as teachers were approached by British intelligence to send reports.
Yeah.
But nobody approached us. I think we were just too young and naive and ignorant.
What was it like teaching English? Were you teaching English there?
Yeah. That was good. I mean, the students were very, very hard-working.
Were very hard-working, very...
Were they interested in learning English?
Yeah, they were.
They were very privileged.
I was teaching, first of all, we taught very standard texts, like, I remember one was called Air All Around. It was all about air.
Oh.
And then later on, in February 1965, we were asked to teach only very political texts, like in memory of Norman Bethune, and learn from Lei Fang and that sort of stuff.
What kind of things did the text say?
They said, that Lei Fang was so wonderful, and he helped old women across the road, and he was so noble and gave his life for the revolution and for Chairman Mao, and a bit surprised at that sort of text.
Why?
Because I hadn't been used to that. I'd been used to be a bit more politically neutral, and that were, just instructive about the world. But of course, a lot of things are political that don't seem to be political.
But they were interesting because we were learning about China, and they told us a lot about China.
Yeah.